Hi friend, this is Professor B.K. Navle and today we will be learning 4x4 FIFO memory in Xilinx. So in this experiment we will write VHDL code, simulate it with a test bench form and we will synthesize the memory to see the working of the memory. FIFO is temporary memory. It doesn't mean it vanishes, but it stores data temporarily. The FIFO memory has various applications such as disk scheduling. The disk controller can use FIFO as a disk scheduling algorithm to determine the order in which it has to service the I/O request. The another application is communication and networking. The communication bridges, switches and router to hold data packets. In electronics, FIFO are commonly used in electronic circuit for buffering and flow control between hardware and software. As we know, we are going to implement 4x4 FIFO memory. What this 4x4 means? The first 4 indicate there are 4 locations and second 4 indicate there are 4 bit in each location. You can see here 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 locations are there and in each location we have 4 bit. There are certain operations that we can perform on FIFO memory. For example, read from memory, write to the memory. The reset signal is used to reset the memory. When reset is high, the content of input and output will be 0. The D is input pin, write is a mode selection pin, in which when write is 1, we are going to write into memory, and when read is 1, we can read from the memory. Q is the output pins, empty is output pin again, it indicate memory is empty, and full is also an output pin which indicate memory is full when the respective pins are high. Now we will switch to Xilinx to simulate the FIFO memory. Xilinx is integrated software environment, that is ISE, in which we can write VHDL code and also we can download the VHDL program into our FPGA or CPLD board. So to open Xilinx, click on Project Navigator. So Xilinx will open. It may require some time. Just wait for a second. Now we will create one project to write the VHDL code. So go to File, click on New Project. We can give name for project. Let's say FIFO. Select top level source as a HDL if not set. We have to click on HDL, then click on Next. Then here we have to select the proper device we have. Right now we have Spartan 3 XE 3S400 and the package of available device is PQ208 and the speed factor is 4. Also we have to select top level source type as a HDL. Then you can click on Next and Finish. Now we have to add the main file to write the VHDL code. So click on the device we have, right click on it, click on New Source, select VHDL module. Okay, give name for main file. Let's say I will give name main. Okay, then we have to click here, means this tick should be there to add our main file into project. Click on Next. At this point we can write our entity or we can mention our IO pins here also, but right now we will keep it blank and we will write all pin definition while writing a main program. So click on next and click on finish. We can write our main program in this file. Okay, so by default software insert some predefined definitions here. First, library is included by software itself. The blank entity and blank architecture will be created by the software. If you want to modify the current file, you can modify, or you can write your program here. Now for implementation of FIFO memory, we require certain packages of IEEE library. The first package required is 1164.all, means all module from that 1164 package. Then we require arith package, then we require unsigned package. Now in entity we will be defining all the IO pins. So the basic syntax of entity is entity keyword, name of the entity. Here we have given name main, is the keyword, then port is the keyword, then D is the input. As we have seen, D is the 4-bit input, WR, that is write, is the 1-bit input pin, RD is the input pin, reset is 1-bit input pin, and clock is also a type of input. So we have to define all the input pin, as well as we have to define all output pin. Output pins are Q, that is 4-bit output, then empty to indicate empty, memory is empty, and full pin, that is 1-bit pin to indicate memory is full. Here D is the name of pin, the mode of D is in, and the size and type. The size is 4-bit and type is standard logic vector. Why vector? Because we have 4-bit pin. WR, RD, reset, clock are the input pin, that's why mode is in, and type is standard logic. Q is the output pin and type is standard logic vector. 3 down to 0 means basically 4-bit. If we require 3-bit, then we can write 2 down to 0, and the initial value of output is 0, 0, 0, means all the pins are logic level 0. Then full and empty are output pin, again type will be standard logic. And this is the end of entity. Now we will write architecture. So what is the syntax of architecture? Syntax of architecture is architecture keyword, then name of the architecture, off is the again keyword, name of entity we have to mention here is, and if we have some signal or variable definition, then we have to mention it before begin, and after begin we can write the main logic, and the architecture will end with end name of the architecture. Let us see the architecture of our FIFO memory. Okay, in this line I am creating a 4x4 memory. Okay, so FIFO memory is a type of memory, or we can say it is a type, user defined type, which has array of 4 locations, and each location has 4-bit. Means basically we have created 4x4 memory and given that name for that memory as a FIFO memory. Okay, again in this line I have created one signal of type FIFO memory, and the initial value will be 0. Now as we want to synchronize our design with clock and reset, we have to write our code in process statement which has clock and reset as a sensitivity list. Okay, now I am creating 2 variables, front and rear, to read and write from the memory, which can hold number from 0 to 4, and the initial value is 0. The actual program start from begin. Okay, this is the start of this process statement. So when reset is equal to 1, then what we have to do? We have to do front is equal to 0, rear is equal to 0. Also Q is equal to 0, means whole memory is resetted. else if clock tick event and clock is equal to 1 means what? At the rising edge of the clock, if write is equal to 1 means we have to write into memory, and we are going to write into memory from rear end only. We can write to the memory from rear end, and if RD is equal to 1 means we have to read from the memory, and we can read from the memory from front end. Okay. And if rear is equal to 1 means the memory is empty. That's why we have to set empty pin to 1. Now if front is equal to 0 and rear is equal to 4, then we can say memory is full. In such case, we have to set full to 1 and empty to 0. This is the basic program of FIFO memory in VHDL. Now we have to simulate the design, and to simulate design we have to add VHDL test bench for this project. So to add test bench waveform, click on the device again, right click on the device, then click on new source, select VHDL test bench, then give name for that test bench, let's say main underscore TBW. You can give any name, no problem. I am using underscore TBW to indicate it is test bench waveform file, and then click on next. Now in this test bench file, all the required initialization is done by Xilinx itself. It create a component, it creates signal for your design. You have to write the clock definition if you required, and the stimulus process. So we are writing the clock process here, in which we are inverting a clock after 10 nanosecond, means we are creating a clock of 20 nanosecond. Now this is the stimulus process. We will wait for 20 nanosecond, then we will make D is equal to 100, then again we will make write is equal to 1. After that we will wait for 20 nanosecond, again we will change the value of D to 1001. Again we will wait for 20 nanosecond, again we will change value of 1110. Again we will wait for 20 nanosecond, again we will change value of D to 1010. Then we will wait for 30 nanosecond, then we will make write is equal to 0, means we can read now. Okay. Then we will wait for 30 nanosecond, again we will make read is equal to 1. So after making read is equal to 1, at the next rising edge we will get 1000, 1001, 110 and 1010 as an output, that we will see by simulating the design. Right now we have written the code. Now we will verify the design. So to verify the syntax of test bench waveform program, we have to go to simulation window here, then select the proper file, then iSim simulator will appear here, then click on behavioral check syntax. If that check is successful, you can simulate the design. Double click on simulate behavioral model. Do you want to save? Yes. We have to save. Now this will open iSim simulator. Now right click on this default.wcfg, click on float. Okay. So you can see here we have generated a clock of 20 nanosecond. Then we have made read is equal to 1 after 20 nanosecond. At the same time we have given D is equal to 1000, 1001 and 1110. After 100 nanosecond we have made write is equal to 0, means we can ready to read. Now after 140 second we have made RD is equal to 1, means after this point at the rising edge of the clock we will have output which is equal to input in FIFO manner, means the input we have given first will come first. So first input is 1000, the first output is 100, next input is 1001, so next output is 1001, and so on. You can also observe that after writing all the data, the full pin becomes 1. Okay, and when we read all the data, the empty pin becomes 1. So 1 at full indicate memory is full, and 1 at empty indicate memory is empty.